I was going to like sing the song.
Which one? Oh.
But I've already forgotten it. Like I went to do it and I was like, ding, dang, dong.
Honestly, top tier song.
What is it? It's
Queens Down Under. Oh my God, that was a bit cute. Oh my God, did we win the challenge? I think we did just better than everyone.
Oh, there's this note here, Sean.
Oh, what does it say?
It just says, watch out. Did you put this here?
No.
What?
No? What? That's so crazy. Art Simone's been here.
Is it Art Simone? I don't know.
Let me just put this pen away.
Wow, that's really threatening.
Oh, green's open? I mean, that's not.
Oh, what?
Anyway.
Okay. Hello.
Hi. Hello.
It's Talk to Me Dead time.
It's time. It's your favourite time of week.
It's the time where we dissect everything about RuPaul's Drag Race Down Under.
Down Under.
Down Under. I'll talk it's time. Look, it's a shit song. Can we say that?
It is pretty shit.
Like,
it's you know what's so annoying is that every other song for like UK that they've had made has nothing to do with like them being like UK queens, we're UK queens, England, Scotland and Ireland.
Well, I mean, I'd argue that it says UK in it.
Yeah, but they're not like we are like UK drag queens because UK hun is like at least a pun.
Yeah, that's true. And we just got I still can't remember the words. Okay, but
you can't remember the words. It's
I feel like Leyland is the one who does the UK ones as well, though.
Is he?
I think.
I'll be
so
sad.
like, how did he fuck this one up so bad?
Just give us something good.
Anyway.
We deserve it after what we've gotten for the rest of the season.
Yes. Well, we're on episode 3.
Yeah.
Very exciting. This week was Girl Group Challenge.
Yes. Another challenge that is usually kind of later in a season.
Yeah.
Kind of like this.
But I guess there's usually like 4 people in each girl
4
group,
or
are they?
3, yeah.
Yeah. So I guess we were at that time because there's not so many queens.
That's true. And in season 13, it took forever to get anywhere. So
yes. So we're actually kind of glad it's all coming to us very nice and quickly.
Yes.
I guess, in a way. But, you know, so they all come into the workroom and they are all very shocked about Art Simone having left. Still shaking.
Crazy.
And it's
they're probably scared, like, oh my God, the show's been cancelled because she's going to rip the walls down.
Yeah, she's just watching from behind the scenes, like ready to attack. Well, apparently.
Yes.
Leaving letters and shit everywhere. Or is she? That's a mystery. But we'll dissect that later.
All right.
Yeah, no, so like I don't know whether it was the producers doing it to be like, we need to make these queens scared.
Yeah.
Let's send her home.
Give us some drama.
Yeah, so people go, anything could happen.
Yes.
Because they did that. There was like a soundbite that was like well, if Art Simone can go home, then anything can happen to us. And it's like, yeah, that's literally the plot of every season of RuPaul's Drag Race.
You're not wrong there.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. It feels a bit like, come on, give us some drama, give us a fight.
Yeah.
Please.
But hey, I don't care too much because I've heard things now and apparently Art Simone's a bit of a bitch.
Oh, why?
I've heard.
What have you heard?
I don't know. Just people say that she's a bit unpleasant.
Oh.
I don't want to start shit because I don't want to be attacked. But
yeah, well, you'll be put on. How many Queen's lists are you on now? Their little black book's been like,
adding me to
destroy.
lists.
Sean O'Gorman.
Also, yeah, they did Coco dirty in this episode as well.
Yeah.
Literally starting the episode with her saying, well, the queens better watch out now. If they know they're lip syncing with me, they know they're going home, to then have her lip sync at the end to go home.
Yeah.
Poor Coco.
It's one of those producers like, we've done it. Whoever got that soundbite at the beginning.
We've done it. Congratulations.
They got a party that week.
Now, the mini challenge this week was Babe Watch.
Yes. Quick drag. We got some quick drag.
We got some quick drag. Actually, that's true. Have they done quick drag yet?
No.
No, because the first episode was their entrance looks. Mm-hmm. And I can't remember what they did the previous episode.
Actually, me neither.
No. Anyway, but yes, they got to do some quick drag, which is fun. Mm-hmm. Although, what did you think about that whole... I mean, I know they're not important, but mini challenge, like it just sucked. Right. Sometimes they do like the weirdest
It
one.
was like, it felt like a challenge for no reason. But yes. I thought it was like kind of funny.
Yeah.
It wasn't like, I don't know, some of the mini challenges are a bit shit. At least this one, they're like, It could have definitely been. I thought they were supposed to run really fast.
Yeah.
Maybe have some wind in their face, and then they would just like slow it down.
But then they
were just like running on the spot slowly.
Yeah, and then it was like sponsored by like.
Oh yeah.
A razor, pretty much, like a manscaping razor. So then some of them had like pubes, but then some didn't.
Yeah,
but then they were running. But then some of it was in slow mo, but then some of it was fake slow mo.
Yeah.
And then anyway, it made literally no sense to me. Really, so yeah.
But I had fun with it. I had fun.
Yeah, it was good. Yeah, it was good fun. I mean, the only highlight was really
it was fun, but I hated it.
Yeah. The only highlight was really, I think, Electra was quite funny.
Yes.
I thought Maxi was funny, but I thought
Maxi was funny too.
I've got this new thing where I'm just obsessed with Maxi Shield.
Yes, absolutely.
I love
and
her.
After this episode especially, I think we can all agree we're Maxi Shield fans.
Yes, we are.
And I knew it would happen.
Yes. This is now a Maxi Shield Stan podcast. Maxi Shield's drag race.
No, but we can't say that. We can't. Well, I can't say that I like any queen.
Oh yeah, you can't.
They're going to go home the next week.
Home, yeah.
So I'll just be quiet. You tell me how much you love her, and I'll sit here silently.
Right. No, she's just she's such. Oh, she's like Maxi Shield for Miss Congeniality. Quite frankly.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I can see it happening.
Oh,
she's just so sweet. I always want to give her a hug.
Yeah. Oh, bless her soul. But yeah, okay. So then they come into RuPaul comes into workroom, announces the girl group thing. I think at this point, this is when we got a little bit of Leyland and Troye Sivan suddenly.
Yes, I don't know a lot about him. I've heard of him being a producer, big in the music industry, but behind the scenes, worked with Lady Gaga, worked with other pop stars. So I'm assuming he worked with Troye Sivan then as well.
Yeah.
But I also was just like, this is a bit random.
But also, like, we've clearly established all of these celebrities that are coming on and just pre-record little bits that are chucked in. They're not even trying to have them talk to them live. So that was fine. We knew that. But it was even weirder. It was almost like Leyland and Troye Sivan were also filmed separately.
Yeah, I did kind of get that vibe.
Like they just
because they were just sitting and just nodding.
And there were so many like cuts where it was like you'd suddenly cut to them and it was just like, and no reacting to like any of the lines.
No.
Because, like, it was a bit weird firstly, it was a bit weird that Troye Sivan was, like, raw dog bottom bitch.
Oh, my God.
Firstly. But then to have him say that and Leyland just be like...
Yeah, literally, no reaction.
Yes, very
that
important.
man gave no reaction.
He was just like, yep, that's the truth. If
lyrics.
he was listening to that, then that's hilarious.
Yeah,
that
literally.
He was just like, yep, raw dog bottom bitch.
He's like, I'm using that in the next song.
Yep.
Whichever song that I write next, I'm using it.
Yeah. And Troye Sivan really was just like, I'm going to be horny on main. That's literally what just happened. That was, wow. He
really did that.
Like,
how did you feel?
I was already like this with Troye Sivan. Like, woo!
Bit flustered.
Yeah. And now I'm just like, Jesus Christ.
And he wants to get down dirty too. So.
Yeah.
Oh.
And he's back in Australia. He's back in
Melbourne.
He's got that beautiful house.
Oh
Have you seen that beautiful house?
Yes. Was it architecture? Architecture
you can touch. Yes.
Can you tell it's a Sunday afternoon?
Yeah.
One of those like AD YouTube channels or something like that.
Yeah, they did that computer
video. It was stunning.
Oh, I love it so much.
I cannot believe it's just him and his sister that live there.
Yeah. Also, I'm usually, when it's like a celebrity's house, I'm always like, oh, and like you kind of look at it, and usually I'm like, oh, this is extravagant, I get it. But like, it's actually, you kind of go, oh, it's a bit like ugly because you're rich. Like you've gotten so rich, you've gone beyond. You've got
spaces where you don't need spaces and just rooms and with things, and things in
just,
it.
Bleh. But this was the single most beautiful place I've ever seen in my life.
Though the toilet in the backyard being the only downstairs toilet. And I was kind of like, oh.
Oh, true.
Because they moved it from inside and put it outside because it was an old wine cellar. I really thought about this.
You really watched this thing.
I don't know. I was like, oh, but what if it's raining? Like, it looks like you would have to just run out, or you'd have to go up like 2 flights of stairs.
Yeah, true.
My only critique.
I love that.
Unless it's got a big supply of umbrellas by the door.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I mean, it's just... I really hadn't thought about that.
I'm just a practical gal.
Yeah, what if you just really need to, like you're basically about to piss out your ass.
You get to the toilet, it's pissing down, and you can't tell if you already pissed yourself by the time you got there because you're just wet.
Yeah.
That was weird.
Anyway, something to think about.
Sorry. I'll keep my mouth shut. Clearly.
But yes, okay. So where are we? Girl groups.
Teams get chosen.
Oh yeah, they chose a team, so that was because they won the mini challenge or something. I don't know, I can't remember. It was one of those annoying things where Scarlett, Adams.
Yeah, I know.
I'm like Scarlett.
I could see the
Envy,
cogs turning in your head.
Anyway, was it Jojo? Scarlett? Anyway, the one that was in Canada's Drag Race. There's too many Scarletts.
Oh yes.
Let's all agree from now on that if you're going to become a drag queen, let's choose a different name.
No,
there's too many Scarletts.
Just get rid of the name Scarlett.
Yeah, altogether.
All of it.
Yes.
We'll just redacted Adams.
That's kind of how she should be in this anyway.
Yeah,
so I was kind of annoyed that she got chose all the good queens. So it kind of was very from the outset like they're going to be the better team. Mm-hmm. And I think they were.
Yeah, it was hard to tell. There wasn't really a winner or a loser.
No.
It was just how well did you do in your team?
Yeah.
Which I kind of hated, but...
And their team was called Outback Fake-hoes, which I've only just realised, is that supposed to be like a pun on Outback Steakhouse?
I only just, as soon as you just said that, I think I just got it.
Yeah, so when RuPaul said it though, he said it in such an American accent that it didn't sound the way it's supposed to sound. Like he was like, I don't know, I can't do his accent, but like it was just very like, the way he said it, I kind of was like, hang on.
Because house is, I guess with more of a slurred tone.
In a more slurred Australian accent, it sounds like it, like Outback Fake-hoes. No, it doesn't work. It just doesn't work. Actually, I've just decided.
It's actually the strangest name to have.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Yeah, I don't like it at all.
But I guess they were going for that whole like, Americans are what Outback Steakhouse is, because apparently that's what Americans think Australia is Outback Steakhouse.
I saw a tweet or something once that was like, are Australians offended by Outback Steakhouse?
They probably are, because I don't think it's anything Australian at all, really.
No.
It's just like a Sizzlers.
That's it. It's literally just a Slizzlers.
And I don't think anything particularly about the food is very Australian.
Yeah, I've only been to one.
Oh, you've been to one? I've never
been to one in Wollongong.
Oh.
And you know what? I can't remember anything I had. I think it was just like steak. And I was like, take
steak.
me to Hog's Breath.
Oh, you want to go to Hog's Breath over Outback Steakhouse?
Yeah.
Is Hog's Breath in America? Anyway, this is not important.
It's not important at all.
Yes, so we have our teams. Now, we don't know who's in each team because I'm going to get this wrong. But we've got Coco, Scarlett, Anita, and etc. in Outback Steak-hoes.
Yes.
Fake-hoes. Fuck. I don't like this name. And then we've got 3.5 Men, also a terrible name.
Without, it doesn't even make any sense.
No.
Or 3.5 Men. Okay, there's 3 of them instead of 2.5 men.
Oh, is it because...
But I still don't get it.
No.
I thought it was just like, what are these like really like kind of hetero...
Is it because Maxi's short?
Maybe.
But then it's giving me like, I don't know, it's giving me like, oh, we're men vibe. I'm like, I thought we'd moved on at this point in Drag Race, that it isn't just, oh, we're silly men in dresses. It was more like you're artists now. But
literally.
Anyway, whatever. So, what did you think of their performances?
Their performances. And maybe like this is why they didn't have a winner or a loser. I thought both teams did okay.
Yeah. I
wasn't like blown away by anything. Some of the choreography in Outback Steak-hoes. I keep saying it! Oh my god. They should just be the Outback Steak-hoes. Officially their new name. I'm just calling them the Steak-hoes from now on. Vegans beware. As a vegetarian, rude. But some of the choreography, I was like, that was fun. Yeah. That's cool. But then I also felt like that with the other group as well.
Right.
And
so it was too simple is what you think.
No verse blew me away either.
Oh, yeah, okay, true.
But I was like, everyone was fine.
Well, the way it was, we were kind of like told to like believe that Coco was the warrior on one team and Maxi was the warrior on the other. Yeah. Which I think there was nothing surprising about that in the end. Usually they do, like, they like to edit it a bit more surprising. Like, this person seems to suck, and then they're fine. And then they literally went, this person seems to suck. And they went home. Yeah. Like, so you're just like, oh, well, that was straightforward.
Yeah.
But yeah.
What are your thoughts?
Well, I definitely think the Steak-hoes were the better team. Yeah. I think their lyrics were a bit better, but you're right. Nothing really stood out to me. I think Scarlett's was actually pretty good. Yeah. I think Anita's was pretty good in the sense of like it was very quick and like
Yeah.
clever. And was she the one who said something like, "Granny, like my dry pussy,
Yes.
granny"?
Literally got
Wow.
the most reaction from the judges,
Jesus
I'm pretty sure.
fucking Christ, that
in just
line.
one verse.
That's rough. But so I really like that. Etc's outfit I fucking adored.
Yeah, you liked it?
Yeah. It was almost
Why?
like a nightgown, but like I don't know. It looked comfy.
It did look comfy. My only critique on that would have been it didn't fit in as much with the
others. Yeah, you're
because they're
right.
all like kind of short
Yeah,
and
yeah.
like tightish.
Yeah.
And that was like long and flowy. I was like, it's pretty, but
Does it go with everyone else?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then what I've got here is I wrote that Karen just isn't wowing me.
yes, she. What
Like,
we said,
nothing she's doing is bad. Like everything is great.
she's just coasting.
Yeah, it's like nothing.
Just, like,
I was
walking through the
expecting more.
competition. Yeah, I thought she would come in, destroy everyone,
Yeah.
and be like, "Oh, you thought you could stand up and win a single challenge?
Yeah.
Sorry,
But
no.
Just very like, yeah.
No.
I think her lyrics were like the worst. I didn't like them at all.
Yeah, that was quite bland for me.
Yeah.
For a comedy queen as well.
Yeah, for a comedy queen as well. I thought Maxi was actually a highlight of that.
I
group.
loved her little floor routine.
Yeah. Why was there such a read on the floor routine?
I don't understand. Like, what? She could have done more on the floor, but I liked it. She was just like, yeah, look, I can't really dance. I'll just...
Yeah. And then she did a little shuffle back. And then the
Yeah.
whole like help me get up, I can't get up vibe.
So
Hilarious.
funny.
Even the entrance is when they like were like
Oh my
lining up
God.
and she like pokes her head out.
Popped
She's like, oh,
looking concerned, like, what's going on?
like the whole vibe was, I really liked it.
Yeah.
So thought her lyrics are really good. I mean, she obviously wasn't the best singer or anything, but yeah, I don't know. She had no timing really. That was the
No,
weird
that's
thing.
true. But that's all in post.
That's all in post, exactly. Like Michelle's saying all this stuff with them, like, oh, you're out of key. It's like, babe, like auto tune. Come
Yeah.
on,
Come on.
everyone's gonna be fine.
You're a singer, this helps you do stuff that you
Yeah.
struggle to do on a bad day. These guys have literally like a couple of hours to record this and then do the choreography and then
Yeah.
perform the next day.
Also, they like what's her face in like the old like US seasons, the one who was like Roxy Andrews.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, bus stop, Roxy Andrews. If that got through on that one,
If she
group
didn't
song,
go home
I'm
on that fucking
gonna
verse.
show you.
Oh my God.
Like, anyway.
Read you, wrote you. Anyway.
Yeah, so if that's allowed to happen, then all of the queens did a great job this episode.
Then Coco can have her 2 lines of average singing.
Yeah. Well, that was the thing as well. I think if Coco had just rapped, I think she would have been fine.
I reckon she would have been safe for sure. It's just anyway. If we want to talk about critiques, I just cannot believe how much I disagree with a lot of the critiques. Or I'm like, what's the point of this critique? Like I'm not getting constructive. I'm just getting, I didn't like it.
It's true. I am getting a lot from the judges. A lot of just like, wasn't impressed, and you're like, but what do you want from us then?
Yeah, like give something.
Oh, it needs to be more elevated. Tell us, what are we like?
What are you,
this is what we're doing.
Is it the makeup? Is it the outfit? Is it
there was a bit of,
what's Michelle's favorite thing to be like? You need to cinch in more.
Yeah.
None of that this season.
No.
Not really.
No. Oh well. I mean, I'm enjoying it, so I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of stuff online where people are like, oh, this is not that good, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, well, I'm really enjoying it.
I'm still having fun with it.
Yeah.
I'm just a bit like, I feel like I need to like have a breather after an episode because we just sprinted through the whole thing.
Yeah.
And I'm a bit like, I'm cranky at what the judges said.
Yeah.
But I'm still enjoying myself.
Yeah.
And I think this episode was the first one, or maybe the last one, that I was kind of like, oh, this feels like a legit show now.
Well, that's nice.
Yeah.
And, there was no weird camera operator in the background in this episode as well. So
Though during the lip syncs,
no, here we go.
I don't know. I don't want to ruin it for anyone if they haven't noticed. But usually in the US seasons, obviously they've got a bigger set to work with for the runway. But on the Australian one, you can just see the black wall with the cords of lights just hanging down.
Really?
It's not dark enough. You can just see the strip lights. Anyway, I saw that the second time I watched the end of the show.
I just think it's funny that the studio is so small that, when they did it, like kind of like the camera wraps around the stage and they speed it up for like the lip sync where they're like, you're going to lip sync and it's like, choom,
Lights go down. It's like,
and lights go down and it spins around. this stage is so small. It's literally like they try to do it, but they haven't got any room to move, and then it's just like it's almost like the camera guy's like, oh, I'm on the wall now. Like,
that's probably it.
Yeah. So that's anyway.
It's just tiny.
It's just it's a small space.
Petite.
I don't even know if it is. I mean, I don't know. I feel really cramped in the workroom as well, but I think that's just I don't know.
Yeah,
Are they filming this weird? Anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, imagine if there were more queens. This is probably why there are only like 8 of them to start out with.
True.
Or 10, whatever it was.
Yeah.
Because they couldn't fit anymore.
Well, yeah, once there's only like 6 of them, it'll feel so much better.
I know.
Like, oh, there's room on this stage.
Breathe.
Yeah.
There's more storylines that can actually be told rather than just skipping through a bunch of shit.
Yes. Well, anyway, we will be, we'll take a break. We'll be, did I just say take a break? I need to stop. Take a steak. Take a steak-ho.
Steak-ho.
And we'll be right back.
Sponsored by Outback Steakhouse. Sean,
yes.
I know this week we might skip over news headlines like we did last week.
Oh, true. I didn't know if we were going to do that as like a regular thing. Should I be doing that as a regular thing?
I liked it.
Oh, okay.
But it's up to you. But I just wanted to share with you a special headline of my own.
Oh, yeah?
That I came across this week.
Yes.
So if we've got any keen fans that have been listening to the show for a while, you may have heard my disdain for Ellen DeGeneres. And this week we found out that the show has in fact been canned.
Yeah, I think for anyone who is an avid listener of our podcast, you will 100% agree with me when I say Seán started this. Seán is the primary reason why Ellen DeGeneres has been destroyed.
Thank you so much.
Because you were just, one day you were just like, don't like her. And then like 2 weeks later, the internet was like, yeah, we don't like her.
But we also have to thank, I'd also like to thank Dakota Johnson. Oh yeah,
Dakota Johnson also
for having my back.
Yes.
But she really started it in more of a mainstream.
Oh, definitely.
Obviously, she listens to the podcast.
Yeah, thanks Dakota. Thanks for tuning in.
Thanks, girl.
Yeah, wow, that is crazy.
I know.
Also, did you see? Oh my god, I don't know where I saw this on TikTok. I don't know. I get all my news through TikTok.
Absolutely.
Now. And it was like this interview that Ellen did on some kind of American morning show. I don't know what it was. And she literally was just really bitter.
Oh.
And so like every question that was kind of asked, it was like very like every like response was very bitchy back. But just to sum up kind of the whole vibe of the thing, it kind of like it ends with like how what's her like her motto for the show? It's like be kind or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Anyway, so the interview was like, oh, would you like change your like motto now that you after all this stuff that's happened? And Ellen's like, yeah, I'd change it to like fuck yourself.
Oh my god.
Or something like that. Anyway, so people Google this. I don't know what you're gonna write into the internet.
You can't even say like the cracks are showing, like her true self is appearing. It's like, no, she's blatantly just shed all her skin.
She's literally just
like,
I'm over this now. Oh yeah, because that's the thing. They were having an argument, the two of them, because the interview was like, oh, well, you're going to finish on your 19th year. Wouldn't it have been better to like go to 20, like your round number? And she was all like, it doesn't have to be a round number. Like, why were you talking about?
Okay.
And she was like, 1's the beginning, 9's the end, 19, it's a good number to finish on. And it's like this really weird, anyway, that's
so strange. I'm going to have to look at that, but.
Yeah, enjoy that.
Yeah.
And also, yeah, I do have news. I have a little bit of news.
Oh yeah, go on.
But this is also very uninformed because I haven't looked into it that much. But I'm going to we should definitely look into this because I want to subscribe to the Tamisha Rahman network.
Oh yeah. I was like, let me know if this is Tamisha.
So apparently we already talked about how she had set up to do this whole thing where she's going to attack all these queens, whatever, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And so all these people subscribe for like $25 to this, I don't even know what platform she's doing this on, but anyway. Mm-hmm. All these people subscribed and she was going to go live with Candy Muse. And
that's right.
Everyone was like, oh my God, shit's going to get real. Because she's all like, I'm going to like fucking read this bitch the house down, boots, mama, God, yes, God. And turns out that they just had like a really nice chat. And it was just like, oh yeah, babe, love you, support you, love your work. And everyone was like, wow, that was boring. And the only person that Tamisha actually attacked, the only person Tamisha Rahman actually came for was some girl who apparently was like screen recording the chat. Like just some, like a viewer, some audience member who was watching this live was screen recording it on her computer device, whatever.
Yeah.
And
it like appeared.
And apparently Tamisha could see that on her like thing. And so she started coming for this girl, being like, if you do that, I'm going to charge your credit card $1,000.
What the fuck?
I know.
What a bizarre like storyline. Like and to then, go from that.
And then she posted the whole talk thing on YouTube. So everyone who paid $25 US to see this thing is kind of like, oh, but it's just on YouTube now. For
right.
Free. So.
Was it? So, but if it was live, maybe they'd be like, it's exclusive content. But
yeah, I guess. But
I don't know.
You know. Anyway, it doesn't sound worth it. And so I'm going to keep bitching about Tamisha so she does come for me because that's all I've ever wanted. Please, Tamisha, come for us.
Please.
So, need to talk about, I don't know at what point this happened in the episode, but we need to talk about, because we're going to go back to the episode now. Sorry,
Drag Race.
Drag Race Down Under. There was a moment with Electroshock where she cried in the workroom.
Yes. She had a whole moment.
To be fair, it wasn't very, in depth. It was...
No.
I feel like on the US one, you get much more in-depth storylines. Maybe I genuinely believe... And I've seen this before. I genuinely believe Americans are just so much more open with just publicly saying all the details of everything that's ever happened in their lives.
Right.
Just and crying so openly. So for example, on Queer Eye. So obviously American show, they go see all these people and they're always like, oh, I am so ugly, cry, and then they're all beautiful, whatever, right? That's pretty much the show, right?
Beautiful.
Yeah. But they did that one Australian episode of it. Remember when they went to Yas?
Oh yeah, Yas, just up the road.
They went to Yas purely because it's called Yas. And they were like, oh, Yas Queen. What a... Anyway. Also, I remember I was at Canberra Airport that day and then later found out that they had literally landed in Canberra. And I was like, holy shit, was I in the airport at the same time as the Queer Eye guys?
Oh my God.
But I didn't see them, but I was there. And then apparently they were
so
just
close.
they were just, I remember they were running around town and everyone was just going, oh, we spotted they were literally just,
following them around. They're like, oh, we just ran into them. It's like, nah, hun, we know.
It was a huge thing for a while.
Yeah, I do remember that day.
But anyway, so... On that one, they're trying to do up this old Yas farmer man guy who has fuck teeth. That was the storyline. Anyway.
It's just his teeth.
His teeth just fucked. And they were trying to get him to open up and it was so funny because it's this kind of conversation where they're like, oh yeah, so do you think you have and he would be like, oh yeah. And that was it. Nothing. You couldn't get anything out of this man. It was so funny watching the Queer Eye guys be like, yeah, fuck. I'm going to keep asking this guy, oh, tell me about that. Tell me. And nothing. You're not getting anything.
Usually they're crying by now.
The only breakthrough they got was the son and the dad kind of briefly hugging each other at the end. Mm-hmm. But it wasn't even oh, we're connected and everything's beautiful again moment. It was just oh, yeah, good on you, mate. And it was so fucking awkward. Anyway, so I think they learned quickly that Australians are very much more reserved and don't want to talk about their feelings. Yeah. So back to my point, which is
here we are.
I feel like we're going to struggle with a little bit of that emotions on Drag Race Down Under only because I just feel like us queens down here just won't open up as much.
They're very quick to judge and be snappy and a bit shady to everyone else. But
when it comes to actual feelings.
Don't even talk about myself.
Yeah. And it's so we didn't really get that much story. So all we really touched on.
No idea. I'm she had a thing and then she lost it. But I have
she didn't really
no
go
idea
into it.
how anything happened.
Yeah, I'm
maybe I was a bit distracted by talking to other people.
No, I watched it again and there was nothing divulged. It was just I had a dance studio and then I lost my house. And I'm just I want to know more.
But how? What happened? Tell us.
We want to know. The audience
deeply
needs to know.
invested in you.
Although the best part of that was it was quite emotional and quite sad. And then Maxi Shield's response, it's just fucking hell.
I know. Oh my God.
How Australian.
So what was her first response? She was it's this is so hard for me to handle. And then Maxi was it's hard for me to handle too, just hearing you say it.
So I do appreciate on the Australian one we'll get a lot of that oh my God, that's so good.
This is why we're keeping Maxi around.
Yeah, keeping Maxi around. Maxi Miss Congeniality.
Also she
would be such a good listener.
Oh, well she is. She had a lot more screen time this episode.
Yeah.
And a lot more narration.
Yeah, which I really liked.
And I hope she kind of sticks around as kind of more of that. person, because we had a lot of Scarlett and Maxi.
We did have a lot of Scarlett narrating this episode.
Yeah, but I think it was because it was like about her and.
Well, that's the thing. So it was this episode was very like her and etc. butting heads a lot.
Yes.
So there was a lot of like originally it was like how they were going to do the dance and then they butt heads over that.
Yeah.
And then they were butting heads over. Oh, it was even like etc. being like when they were like doing the lyrics, being like, oh, you should make this bit like punchier, and then Scarlett be like, no, and I'm like, no, listen to etc. etc. is correct. etc. is the next winner of Drag Race, so maybe listen to her.
I know. Well, it was funny because I said this to you last night.
Yes.
When we watched it, that it was like if we didn't love her so much, I reckon we probably would have been a bit like, this girl's like stepping on everyone's toes.
True. I do feel very biased about this whole season.
Yeah,
like, I love it because it's Australian. I love etc. because Canberra. Anyway, whatever.
I know.
I can be biased.
No
one comes here for like proper analytical conversation.
We never said we were neutral.
No, we don't have to be neutral. I'm just Anyway.
Done. Absolutely.
Anyway.
Moving on.
But yeah, no. So etc. Also, Coco Jumbo had some like choice words to say about etc. Which, to be fair,
like. Sorry, you go on.
No, I'm just saying, to be fair, like I didn't really read it as that bad, but then someone in the room when we were watching it together was like, oh, that's not going to fly well in Sydney. And I was like, that's true. Actually, the community is really small. So she basically
and they're both
said...
from Sydney, right?
Yes. So they basically said something like that etc. surrounds herself with amateurs, so she looks better and she actually doesn't know how to dance or do anything like that. It was very like, yikes. There's a whole bunch of queens who work with etc. who are now like, what the fuck, Coco Jumbo?
Yeah.
So
it's hard to tell because it's like, oh, that could be all in jest. But then I also kind of know that, like we said, I feel like as much as we are like, oh, we don't really care about whatever.
Yeah.
There's a lot of like defensive queens, like in like different communities.
Yeah.
Like Sydney community, like you got different cities. They'll like be defensive about their own territory and like the people that they see and love. So, like, yeah, I would be like, oh, you sure you want to say that on national TV?
It's also one of those things where it's because it's in the confessional. It's like no one's hearing this until the show airs. So it's literally like, came out yesterday, bam, now there's going to be a bit of drama. I hope.
Get to
or maybe
Twitter.
there won't be. Maybe there won't be. The Oz Queens are pretty chill.
I know.
Like, when they did that fake... the fake drama in the workroom, I kind of, I really like that.
Yes. I loved it because we were watching it and we're like, what just happened? Why didn't we see what just happened?
Yeah.
They're having a massive blowout and it's just like, just kidding.
Just kidding. That was wild. Did they put that in the... They did. They put that in the preview. So they totally made us all think there was going to be full-on fight. Yeah. And then nothing. Because Australian drag queens are just so chill, apparently, until they're not.
They'll have like, it's kind of like in the UK where you've got a little passive-aggressive back and forth and then like you just get over it.
Yeah. That's good.
I think.
Speaking of more drama, at one point, etc. also finds a note.
The mysterious note
on Coco Jumbo's workstation thing.
Yeah.
Who wrote it? We still don't have an answer.
I think it was like blown over too quickly.
Yeah.
Like they were kind of like, oh, who wrote it? Who wrote it? And then Kidamine was like, I wrote it. Just kidding, I didn't. And then it was like, really but like literally who wrote it? Like what the fuck?
So this is my thing. I'm trying to like be investigator. So we've got...
Put your hats on, our investigation hats on.
I don't know why that sound of a hat being put on us. But it is now. It's made of wood. I've got a wooden hat. And... It's got a wooden hat on, guys. And anyway, so could it be etc.?
Ooh, did she plant it there?
Etc. found it. Mm-hmm. Was the first to be like, here's this letter.
Yeah. Did she go over with the letter? And yeah, like, you know.
But and then she also accused Coco of planning it herself.
True.
But then, was it Coco? Did she plan it herself? Was it just Art Simone?
I kind of think it was.
But Art tweeted literally today being like, so wait, who planted the note?
Oh, but you being cheeky.
But like,
but it was just like her writing on the board.
Oh, well, okay. Well, if we want to be that.
Me pulling out actual techniques.
Was it Kidamine?
Was it Kidamine? Was it RuPaul? Being like, you're going home this episode.
True. RuPaul never really liked her that much.
Turns out,
like the first, what wasn't it, second episode? She's like, oh yeah, your outfits yesterday sucked. kind of
that's
vibe.
right.
And now I send her home.
And literally cut her off when they were critiquing. She's like, "Thank you, Coco."
Yeah.
You're like, oh.
Okay, I'll accept this narrative.
Yeah,
it was RuPaul who planted the fucking letter.
She's just being so petty. She's like, "Watch out, bitch. I'll send you home."
I want more of that. If RuPaul, if that's you doing it, be more catty. I want
more letters.
I want passive aggressive letters everywhere.
Post-it notes.
Well, then, if it's a passive aggressive letter,
cake.
was it Karen from finance then?
True, she's got the keys to the stationery cupboard.
Yeah. Anyway, I found that very. I hope we find out, but I feel like it's.
I feel like we're never going to find out. No. It's so annoying.
It is frustrating, but
What? It's just so weird. Like
it is.
We've never had anything like this before on the show, right? The only other letter that was found was a queen leaving a letter, and then everyone else got jealous because it was nice.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Or have my wigs, bitch.
Oh yeah, there was that whole wig scenario in one season.
Yeah.
Anyway. But yeah, this is just really vague. Anyway, there's a bit of So while I'm saying I'm very torn, I keep being like the queens are so nice in this on this Down Under one because they're so chill, but then at the same time there's some really catty, very specific, awful things happening around it. But anyway.
Well,
fair dues.
We're there's no drama in this show. We're like, oh, it's all very undertoned.
Yes. Well, now it's time for
yeah, nah, yeah. We will never do that ever.
No, anyway, yes, yeah, nah, yeah is our segment where it's pretty much just toodle boot. But we yeah nah it or we nah yeah it. And what does yeah nah mean, Sean?
Yeah nah means nah.
And nah yeah means what, Sean?
Yeah.
a very confident yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
I've thought about it.
Fuck.
Yeah.
So the runway this week was Bogan prom realness.
Funny that they chose the word prom and not formal.
Oh yeah, true.
Bogan formal realness, which just sounds even better than prom. Bogan formal realness or whatever it was.
Bogan year 12 formal realness. I don't know what you want, but I like it as a concept. But did we like the outfits?
Absolutely not.
All right, let's go through them. So let's start with etc.
I will have to say, nah, yeah.
Nah, yeah, too. Yeah.
Anything that stood out for you?
I think, once again, etc. wore something that looks really comfy.
She's loving the pink as well.
She's loving pink. She's loving comfort. She's literally come out in Ugg boots.
I know that bitch.
True. And I actually think that worked really well. It still has a very, a lot of fashion to it, kind of. But yes, I've definitely met that woman out the front of a Kmart at Campbelltown Mall. Yeah. For anyone who's listening who knows Campbelltown Mall, we're sorry. But, yeah.
or it's you.
But yeah, no, I love the really, is it really long
nails? Yep. The claw nails.
The fact
and the
that she's literally just wearing Uggs. It would have been fun to have heeled Uggs. I don't know how you do that. Doesn't seem practical.
I think they are actually a thing.
What, really?
I think a couple of years ago, I don't know if it was a joke or not, but I swear to God I have this memory or of an image of just an Ugg heel.
Wow.
I'll look into it.
They'd keep my little toots toasty, wouldn't
they?
They
would. Oh. And stylish.
That's also what I felt. Last night it was very cold and I was sitting there and my little tootsies were freezing and she came out with the Uggs on. I'm like, you know what? Let's normalise Uggs everywhere. I'm gonna wear Uggs to work.
Give it a go. I'd like to see you try and commit to that.
But yes, love it. Great. It has this element of fashion, but yeah, love it. Okay, Coco Jumbo.
Yeah, nah.
Yeah, nah. Oh.
There are some details
that
I can really appreciate.
Yes.
But overall, I didn't get fully Bogan.
Oh, I see what you mean.
We're going for, did you read the assignment properly?
Yeah. Well, I agree.
Which is probably going to be my answer to a lot of these queens. So sorry.
Yeah. And look, I don't want to yuck anyone's yum. So getting railed in a bush wearing a dress at the prom doesn't mean you're Bogan.
That is true.
You can do that.
Yeah.
You can be a fancy ass lady and I'll let you get railed in the bush. The only thing I do kind of get, I'm just moving on from that.
Let's
also normalise being railed in the bush. In Uggs.
Okay. In Uggs.
Yeah.
Making sure you're comfortable.
Next up is Anita Wiglet.
Okay, you go first.
Yeah, nah.
Yeah, nah.
I hate this one. I'm sorry. It's literally my least favorite look on the stage.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is I don't like about it.
It just wasn't nice.
It's too simple. Nothing's really happening there. Yeah. And also nothing really screams bogan. This is also what I think you might have said last night, but we were questioning it. It's like, do New Zealand people have the term bogan?
Yeah, that's right. We were having this conversation.
Like, probably they do. It was just a question that we brought up. Like, actually, is that more an Australian thing? Surely they have bogan.
I'm sure
maybe they have their own term.
Yeah, exactly. But I agree. Like, they probably... we're asking this question. We're like, but we don't know what the equivalent for them is. So it's like, will they understand like the bogan brief?
Well, that's the thing, because like I just see a couple of like the New Zealand queens here looking like they don't get the brief, you know. Yeah. But you know, whatever. Sorry, Anita. We love you in every other way. And as like all the queens said, as Reese said, you have manic energy that fucking terrifies me. I agree. Yes. And I love that. Yeah, so a lot of them got really red for their looks, but then a lot of them also got told that they love their energy and how they perform and all that stuff. So swings and roundabouts. Unless you're Coco Jumbo. Shock. Well, okay. So up next is Scarlett. I hate liking Scarlett, obviously, but was actually really clever.
One of the best.
I liked it.
Yeah, and it took me a little while to realize that she's actually wearing thong heels.
Yeah.
And that's
Heeled
actually
thongs,
fucking genius.
Amazing.
And I'm so upset by it.
Her purse was another goon bag.
Yeah.
She drank from it. She has cigarettes around her
Makes you just want to stick her to a clothesline and spin it full speed.
See, that would be... Anyway, I don't know how you do that, but yeah. Yeah, so I don't know. I guess reluctantly it's a nah, yeah.
Nah, yeah.
Okay, up next is... Electroshock.
It's, again, one of the things I'm like, is it bogan? But I also I think I liked some of the details in it. Yep. Because it was just so much of a clashy mess. Yeah. That I was like, yeah, fuck it.
Yeah, it gives me like Muriel Wedding or Kath and Kim vibes. So I kind of like that. I appreciate that. I think she got red for her wig and stuff. But
this is like...
But I liked it.
But this should have been her wig, or just like, it's just basic kind of shitty stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, so I'm gonna say nah, yeah.
I'll say nah, yeah.
Nah, yeah.
Everyone's gonna be like, what the fuck? You guys have the worst opinions.
And then Ketamine.
Ketamine, her fluoro green number that
didn't get it.
Made Michelle vomit basically.
Yeah, well, I thought Michelle had moved on and liked green now, because there have been queens who have done green stuff and she's liked it now. But
maybe it's
clearly,
just this tone.
Yeah, maybe this specific kind of green.
Yeah, maybe.
But yeah, I didn't get how that's bogan. It reads goth to me.
Yeah, or like a bikey type, maybe.
Yeah.
Like you're being a glamorous bikey girl. That's a bit bogany.
Yeah, so I don't know. Anyway, whatever.
I didn't like it, so
nah.
Nah. I just wish it wasn't green.
True.
Just wish it wasn't green.
Yeah. Okay, Maxi Shield, our queen.
This is just the most ridiculous thing I've seen. And I'm pretty sure
she looks busted.
I can get everything of this outfit pretty much at Spotlight.
Oh my God.
And I would have to say...
I don't want to see any more fucking Spotlight, says Rue.
Yeah, just Lincraft. Elevate yourself.
Oh no, we don't have the money for Lincraft.
Exactly. Exactly.
No, yeah, I
hate it so much that I'm probably going to say, nah, yeah.
Nah, yeah. I'm saying nah, yeah.
But also I'm like, I like you so much.
It's so busted. It's amazing.
Yeah. It's, I love, like, you can fit a whole lot of fanny in that pack.
Yep, you can. Oh, love it. Love you, Maxi.
Instead of like bringing a flask to like your prom or formal, it's just the whole liquor store in your little fanny pack.
And then Karen from finance.
Karen, full stop.
Okay, if this wasn't Bogan Prom Realness, I quite like this look. Yeah. It gives me like, I don't know 80s. What it gives me.
She looks like an 80s.
It gives me 80s prom.
Someone threw up at the 80s.
Yeah, but like, I don't see it really as Bogan Prom.
No, I don't either. So for the assignment, you know.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I like. Well, and once again, it wasn't. I don't know. It wasn't that elevated. I don't know.
It was.
I want her to wow me more.
I agree. We had high expectations.
We do.
I'm
really sorry, everyone. We have high expectations.
We do this out of love.
We do. Yeah, exactly. And you know what? I quite liked. Like the whole thing was. You know.
I wasn't like, why the fuck did you wear that?
Yeah.
To any of them, I'm just like, oh, no.
And then we finally had the lip sync, and it was Elektra and Coco in the bottom.
Yes. Can I just say though?
Yes.
Before we get to we kind of discussed why Coco was in the bottom.
Yeah.
I cannot believe that the judges read Electroshock for being too good in her group.
Oh, is that what they said?
Essentially, they were like, you outshone everyone else.
And so that's why she had to. Mm-hmm. And she was a team leader, right?
Yeah. So they're like, well, you should have given everyone else a chance to shine as much as you. But at the same time,
I guess it's one of those things where when it's the team leader and that team sucks, you always have to be like, they always do that. They're always like, oh, well, you ran that team.
But if she was the best in the team.
Yeah, so that should have
everyone should be like,
right?
Get onto her level. I'm like, okay, well, you're doing this fun stuff. Let's try something. Like, you saw how much the other team worked together. Kind of. It was just instead of like, I'm also helping. Hi, I'm putting up my hand and you're going to let me.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I don't know.
It was just crazy to me that this was a chance for her to really shine anyway.
Who would have been your bottom then instead? Or do you think they should be in the bottom?
Oh, look, I don't know. Fuck it. At this point, I was like, I don't really. I was like, before coming on to do this podcast, I was like, I have no opinions about this show.
Well, I think based on the judging, it almost seemed like Maxi would have been in the bottom.
Yeah, she was close to, I think.
She was very close.
Again, I was like, but she was funny. I don't know.
And then based on Anita and Anita did good in the girl group though. I think maybe Kid and Mean, maybe.
True.
I think it should have been Kid and Mean in the bottom.
She did all right though.
Oh, just that non-prom everything going on there. No.
Okay.
Cancel completely once she put on that dress. Like,
oh shit.
So
all right.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. No. Anyway, but you know, Coco goes home to Shake Your Groove thing.
Yeah, that was such a good lip sync.
What a good lip sync.
I was actually like, is this gonna be a double?
Yeah.
But then, you know, I think Elektra really was like, I'm going to do some fucking flying through the air split stuff. And so...
Yeah, and you couldn't really... Yeah. Coco did really well.
Oh, yeah.
But like...
High energy.
Elektra was definitely going
she fought for it.
Like, as soon as the song started, she was like doing all... I don't know what you call that thing with the arms. It was really quite fun.
Dancing.
Yeah, thank you. Yes. I liked the movements that she did.
God.
Very dancing.
Very movement and
fuck. I'm gonna go. Yeah, no, I once again am unhappy with someone going home, but
I know.
But like, I think I'm just gonna be every week. Mm-hmm. So you know, maybe I can just get over it.
I think someone might go home every week. That's crazy.
That's wild. They should just do a season of Drag Race where no one goes home.
They did that last season.
Yeah. Yeah. Wouldn't that be fun though if they all just hung out? No, maybe not.
Or like they're just like, I think you were saying it, or like they go into like a secret competition.
Oh, I have said this. Have I said this on the podcast before?
I don't know.
Anyway, everyone, here's my idea. It's great. They do like a season where like everyone who gets eliminated just goes to another like studio and they continue performing. So they do all the same challenges. Mm-hmm. Like, I mean, obviously it'll get difficult if there's like group ones up, blah, 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 whatever. Yeah. But like anything, it's like a runway or something, they still compete. And then RuPaul basically does 2 different runways each week, then judges all the other ones secretly from the others, and then eventually at the end of the season, there's a winner of those of the eliminated. Oh, no, how does that work? Because each week they're
you have
eliminated. Like but still,
the top 3. And like, welcome to say hello to the other top 3.
And then it's like, and then they have to compete, and then they have to like stab each other or something. I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, we haven't really thought through, but how cool would that be?
I love it. I actually would love that. And then like there'll be a top and a bottom for that week, and all the tops will stay and all the bottoms will go.
Ah.
So it could be any one of them.
Yikes. All right. Anyway, we'll talk to the producers.
We'll
again
call them
about our ideas. Fuck.
Yeah, we're close personal friends of them.
Yeah.
Anyway, next
week. Yeah.
I think we're getting a surprise or something next week, because it's like a non-clothing challenge sewing thing.
Yes.
Or trash to
I don't know what they call it, like the trash treasure, blah, blah, we get it.
But I think there was a whole thing where someone pops out of the trash.
It's Shangela.
Oh my God.
Again. Imagine.
Or, because I was like, is this like a episode where someone could come back?
Oh, yeah. What? Do you reckon someone's already going to come back? I mean,
I don't know.
This season is really doing everything quite early. So
I'm waiting for it.
Yeah.
I actually, in my mind, I'm like, it's just going to happen.
Art Simone just returns, clawing her away.
And security's like, there she is. She's not supposed to be here.
Imagine if that's just actually what's happened.
Oh, no. They're all like, ah!
She's going to kill us.
She's in mid leaving
You
another
better
note.
watch out.
She's like, oh, Coco's gone. Shit. Who do I leave this note for?
This is a Gourmet Media podcast.